Hello everybody, welcome back to our weekly live stream Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition online role-playing adventures. Stream our sessions live on YouTube beginning at 9:30 p.m. Central Time every Sunday evening. You can catch up on previous episodes on YouTube as well as a weekly session write-up over on my blog at roguewatson.wordpress.com. I'm Eric Watson, your Dungeon Master. You can follow me on Twitter at roguewatson. I'm joined by my amazing players, Chris, who's not quite here yet because he's actually in a whole different state, hundreds of miles from home, but will tune in soon. We'll be playing Kalinar, the Gold Dragonborn Paladin. Heather playing Miri, the Human Monk. Hello, Heather.
Hello, dear.
Raymond playing Kethra, the Half-Elf Rogue. Hello, Raymond.
Hello.
And Reese playing Talus, the Human Wizard. Greetings, Reese.
Greetings. Salutations.
For our campaign, we use Roll20.net. For video sharing, we use Google Hangouts. And for broadcasting and streaming, I use Open Broadcaster software. At this point, I'll recap our previous session. Unless anybody wants to take the reins, doing a decent enough job will earn your character point of inspiration.
I already have that.
Yeah, I forget which of you already have some. Alright, if nobody wants to, I will go ahead and recap it then.
They're all afraid, too, after I did it that one time.
Exactly.
You know, unfortunately, the way our inspiration works with Roll20, and I think I mentioned this last time, you guys are going to end up using your inspiration a lot less than you would normally because you see what your second roll is every time you roll, whereas normally you would not see that, and you would end up using it in the hopes that it would be good, whereas because Roll20, the system we use, it always rolls 2, and you're always going to know if you need to use it or not. So the bad thing about using that system, it's better for you guys because you won't waste inspiration. Unfortunately, it also means I can't reward you as often with inspiration because you'll just have it for longer. So I don't know what the solution is there. Anyway, so previously on the Lost Mine of Phandelver, having cleared out the Goblin Cave on the Tribor Trail, our heroes rescued Sildar Hallwinter, warrior bodyguard of their employer Gundren. Sildar wasn't sure where Gundren or his supposed map to the long-lost Wave Echo Cave had been taken. He did overhear the name of an important location to this tribe of goblins, Cragmaw Castle, and hoped someone in the nearby town of Phandalin will know more. Our heroes reached the frontier town of Phandalin as night fell. They turned in their supply wagon to Barthen's provisions, and between that and safely escorting Sildar, they received a hefty paycheck for the day. At the inn, they learned a band of mercenaries that were terrorizing the town called the Redbrands. During their stay, everyone reached level 2 from the previous day's adventures. The next day, our heroes began exploring Phandalin, beginning with the Shrine of Tamora, Goddess of Luck. The simple shrine was tended by an energetic elf named Sister Garrily, who tasked the heroes with seeking out the infamous elven banshee Agatha and inquiring about a spell book. They went to the Townmaster's Hall to meet with elected Townmaster Harbin Wester. Wester had a job posting about seeking out a band of orcs to the east that had been terrorizing travelers. The heroes argued about the Redbrand threat, but Wester appeared non-committal. Sildar was also there and asked the heroes to look into the disappearance of a fellow Lord's Alliance member, a wizard named Iarno Albrecht, who had traveled to Phandalin several months ago and disappeared. While he didn't learn of the location of Cragmaw Castle, he does want the players to drive out the goblin threat once and for all to restore some civility to the area. Upon exiting the Townmaster's Hall, the players were accosted by a group of red bands, who traded a few verbal threats before trying to take them out. The heroes defeated them, throwing the final unconscious Redbrand thug into the Townmaster's jail, declaring loudly to the gathering crowd that their days are numbered. The Redbrands, not the gathering crowd. Alright, so we find ourselves, you guys had just defeated a bunch of thugs. The town is generally going back to normal. A few lollygaggers are still sticking around, kind of whispering to themselves about kind of what went down, this grand battle in the middle of town, really. So we go to
There we are.
Yeah, sorry. Alright, so you guys still have a number of locations to visit in Phandalin. By the recap, you guys, you're staying at the Stonehill Inn, you went to Barthen's Provisions, and the Shrine of Luck yesterday, and the Townmaster's Hall. So you exited the Town Master's Hall, and then had the battle with the Redbrands. And Kalinar is still with you, but he is strangely silent right now.
That's so weird, Kalinar.
I know.
We went
He
into
broke his jaw in the fight, and we had to like wire it shut.
Lion Shield store, right?
It is, yeah, it looks like, yeah, it's called the Lion Shield Coster, and it is a, yeah, it looks like a merchant store. Whereas Barthren's Provisions is like water and rations and kind of things, Lion Shield Coster has like armor and weapons.
Ooh, let's go in there.
Gear. I think I mentioned this last time, but just in case, whoever had spotted the crates in the caves that you guys were in, all those sacks and supply crates look like they'd been stolen and looted, bear the same emblem as does hang over the merchant building of the blue lion symbol.
I think he wants us to go there.
Perhaps.
Is it going to
Hanging
explode?
hanging above the front door of the trading post is a sign shaped like a wooden shield with a blue lion painted on it, which I think it was Kethra, you recognize it as the same symbol that you saw on all the crates and sacks in the Goblin Caves.
That's at the Lion Shield store.
Yeah.
Let's check it out.
Alright.
Gang.
And so we think they were stolen, right? Not that they were. Well, let's check it out.
I'm not going to tell you what to think. I will just remind you of things that you found out yourself.
Oh right, and what was inside the chest again? That golden jade frog claw.
Kalinar?
The chest didn't have a symbol on it, just all the crates and sacks and generally like supply stuff that was also in the cave all had that symbol. The chest looked like it was just the Bugbear's like personal stash of treasures.
Oh, got it. Sure, let's go in there.
Alright.
Kethra says, "Hey, I recognize that symbol from somewhere. What do you think, Kalinar?"
Kalinar nods.
No comment.
Yeah, he's strangely silent. Okay, so when you go into the building, you can see it is set up very much like a shop with, like, breastplates on display, leather gear, some weapons hanging on the racks. It's all. It's a pretty modest, small store. It's a small town, but all the goods seem to be in decent enough quality. And then behind the actual counter, you see a kind of middle-aged human woman, and she looks up and at first is very startled by the four of you charging in there. She seems to kind of look everybody up and down, and then nods and says, "Ah, yes, you're the ones that were just outside in that big melee battle. That was quite impressive. I'm glad somebody could whip those Redbrand idiots into shape. It's good to see their asses get kicked, frankly. My name is Lien Greywind, and I'm afraid we've been we're really low on stock right now. We've had all my supply wagons have been raided recently. I'm not sure if it's been bandits or what have you, but the Tribor Trail is just getting more and more dangerous." She looks just kind of generally stressed out and a bit exasperated.
We seem to have found some supplies with your symbol on them recently.
Her face lights up and she says, "Really? With the lion shield on there? Oh, where? What happened to them?"
Apparently a nest of goblins had taken them somehow. Or had acquired them somehow.
She kind of clenches her fist and slams it on the floor. It's like, "Ah, those little bastards! Ah, do you remember where they were? Could you show me on a map or something? It would be fantastic if we could retrieve them."
Probably.
Go ahead and roll a. Let's see. What would be
Don't
the
know how
best
my map
way
skills
for? Yeah, for a cartography skill.
Cartography skill.
What would be applicable here? You think?
I don't have that on my
Yeah.
list.
Insight.
Let me
You could
see.
roll insight. Insight or survival for tracking.
Are we all rolling it?
Anybody that wants to try and point out the way. 12's good enough. Anything above a
All
10,
right.
you can easily find your point it out on the map. So you get out your map, you're able to cross a little X and say, okay, here was the spot in these caves. She says, now, is this area still dangerous? Did you just see them here, or what was the state of the goods in the area? If I send some, like, clerks on an expedition, are they going to get murdered by goblins?
All the goblins around the supplies have been taken care of. I can't vouch for any wandering ones that we haven't encountered. But every goblin we have encountered so far has been killed.
And we took out their boss.
She clasps her hands
Yes.
together and just bright smile on her face. Looks like the weight has been lifted off her shoulders. She says, "Oh my goodness, I cannot thank you enough. Oh, actually, I can. Look, I was fixing to have to send a whole other caravan down here, but if we can retrieve those supplies, I'll save a bundle. And well, here." And she actually gives each of you, or no, she gives you a total reward of 50 gold pieces.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So divided by 4. I think we did that last time. Whatever that.
Yeah, 12 each and 5 silver per person. Right?
Yeah.
I believe that is correct. So technically, you guys got this quest and completed it in the same go.
Awesome.
Which I am marking things as completed in your quest log, but I'm keeping them on your quest log just so you have them.
Completo.
Yeah, just put a little completed at the front. I guess I could always, if I have time, I might actually create a separate section of completed quests. That might be easier than having this one. Okay, and then she says, "Oh, please, look around if there's anything you guys need to purchase. I am at your disposal, and especially if you're planning on dealing with those Redbrands, absolutely, I can sell you whatever supplies you will need."
Yes, I'll take a look at your slings, please.
Slings? That's in the Sling District.
There's a sling district in this podunk town.
One short sword, please.
Alright, so let me go to the equipment section of the rulebook and see how this works.
How were you not prepared for this already?
Yeah, so look up the costs of things. I don't think there's any actual rule for buying and selling. Okay, as a general rule, undamaged weapons, armor, and other equipment fetch half their cost when sold in a market. Weapons, armor used by monsters are rarely in good enough condition to sell. Which, I kind of mentioned that, I think, the first week, is that generally you guys aren't, like, looting, like, a goblin's short sword, because it's usually in
Right.
horrible disrepair. There might be some special cases where you're fighting people that have decent enough equipment, but in general, you guys are just going to be getting special equipment rather than having to turn around and sell a bunch of crap. Alright, weapons. A sling is 1 silver piece.
Do you have anything that's cheaper? Alright, and I need some, sling shots? Some ball bearings or something?
Yeah, I don't know
suppose.
where the ammunition. Sling bullets.
Yes.
You can buy 20 sling bullets for 4 copper pieces.
Well, I'm just gonna go broke.
Whatever, you guys how much gold pieces you guys have? There's a shit
I know,
ton.
exactly. We just got 12 each, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a sling and 100 bullets for now. So that's a silver and 20 copper. Uh-oh.
Yes.
All
I've
right.
already forgotten what the
Yeah, watch
denomination
it.
works, but hopefully
Your
they can do
budget.
it.
Should probably
Did I
change
go
your
back?
mic.
Okay. Be right back.
Looking for a short sword.
1 gold piece.
1 gold piece, yes. What did you want? Short sword? Short sword is 10 gold pieces.
Does it
She doesn't have any,
better?
like, special weapons or anything, does she?
No, just all the basic stuff you can find on the... I'm basically looking at page 149 and 150.
Does she have
Okay.
a
Wait, does it have better like attack thingies than what I've already got?
A short sword is 1d6.
Nah.
Can I buy a component pouch for 25 gold pieces?
Technically you would buy that at Arthan's Provisions, but if you want to run over there and buy that, that is fine.
I will run over there and buy it.
Okay.
For this time.
A components pouch. I can actually see that on here. I assume that's somewhere.
On page 150.
Under pouch?
No. Component pouch. Under C.
Oh, you're right. 25. Okay. I just don't see it under equipment packs. I guess is what I was looking for.
No, it's not. It's actual
Oh.
description to the left.
Oh, I got you.
That.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. I never seem to hold caster spells. Anybody else need to do transactions? And by the way, Chris, you got paid some money. You'll need to plug that in, or I can do it if I need to. Everybody got, or
Okay.
you guys got total 50 gold pieces for pointing out the goods that you found in the Goblin Caves belonged to the merchant here. By matching the symbols.
Did you already give it to him, or does he have to do it himself?
I have not done it. How much was that? 12 gold pieces?
And
Uh,
Go
yeah.
ahead and do it. I'm trying to
Okay.
log into Roll20 right now.
Yeah.
12 gold, 5 silver.
12 gold, 5 silver. So you're at 50 gold pieces. Two, three, 34 silver. Okay. Any more buying of gears?
I like to buy some gears.
1 gears,
I
please.
like to build a clock.
I get it. Otherwise, that's all that's in here. Where to next?
Man, I really want to go to that orchard, but it's so far away.
Such a walk.
I don't think you're going to roll for random encounters for traveling in town.
Have
Yeah.
we been into the miners' exchange?
No.
Not.
It's right there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You go to the woodworkers, right? And the miners. Then also the alderleaf farm.
Yeah.
And did we go to the tap house?
No.
Okay.
You've been to Barthen's Provisions, the inn, the Shrine of Luck, the Townmaster's Hall,
What's going on again?
and you just went to the store. Okay.
I go to the woodworkers.
Okay. As you approach, you notice the store is not open, and the actual front door appears to be kicked in and quite damaged.
Let's do some investigating.
Are you crazy? They're going to commit us for this crime. Let's back up.
Let us investigate. Any windows that we can peer into?
You can see through the. I mean, the door is still slightly ajar.
You're still messed up.
It's messed up again. Holy hell! We might be able to do this. This is insane.
Try Heather's suggestion, switch headphones. Wait, is that what she suggested?
Mm-hmm. Can you reach your cord? Or?
No, it's in the back.
We just plug them into your speaker thing. He was killed by a mountain man.
No. I don't know. I mean, it's never happened before in this 10, so something about my audio got jacked up. Turn my webcam settings down. Well, Chris is still not joining.
Yeah.
All kinds of problems tonight. Fun stuff. So the woodworker, it looks like definitely signs of a struggle in here. There's still like blood on the floor, and there appears to be no actual people inside at all.
Can we do an investigation check?
Yes.
I would like to investigate too.
There's a lot of investigating. So you guys investigated the hell out of this place. You're pretty sure that there was a fight here. Different things look like they were, beat against. You can kind of almost see the entire scene play out in your mind as a person was attacked. At least two people attacked each other, and at least one person was thrown around this room quite a bit. You see what probably looked like a very big kind of blood splatter, and a part of the countertop is kind of chipped away. Looks like somebody's was smashed in, and you see a blood trail leading back out the front door. It looks like possibly a body was dragged out.
Oh boy. Can we follow the blood trail?
You can see a little with that kind of roll, yeah. You can see that it generally heads to the east, but it doesn't really. I mean, it dries up on the dusty road pretty quickly once it goes too much beyond the actual woodworker's house or store, I guess.
Where are we? Woodworkers?
Yes.
Yes.
This is the guy who disappeared with his wife, right?
Yes. If you recall, one of the things you heard in the inn was that Phandalin, the local woodcarver, apparently stood up to the Redbrands about a week ago when they came to a shop, leered at his wife, and according to the rumors, the Redbrands murdered him and took his body away, and that his wife, daughter, and son, his whole family, have now gone missing as well.
Are there any clues in here that would determine or could hint at where they might be?
It looks, from what you can tell, I get an incoming video call.
Sorry, my Hangouts is. I'm trying to get it to calm down. It's screwing up.
Oh no. From what you can tell, anything looks like it was dragged to the same location as the body. If things look like they were dragged out of there.
Okay.
That's about all you can tell in the woodworker's place.
Guess we can ask around us to see if there are any witnesses or anything. Anyone saw anything strange? You said it went out to the east?
Yeah.
Okay. And no body, correct?
No bodies.
Okay. Alright, hit up
It's the damn tap house. They're holed up in there. I'm sure that's where they dragged the body. At least that's my guess.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And there's no clues as to what creature was involved?
We're pretty sure it's the Redbrands, right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't notice there's
laying around?
there's no supernatural marks or anything of that nature. Everything looks like and it looks like it was mostly just like bludgeoning and against various like parts of the shop.
To the east we go.
We can hit up the miners' exchange first, right?
Yes. I imagine there's going to be some kind of standoff when we actually get to the... Well, where are we going?
The miners' exchange.
Okay. There we go.
The miners' exchange.
Sure.
Yeah, so you guys are here, make your way here. So the miners' exchange is basically a trading post. This is where local miners would have their valuable finds weighed, measured, and paid out. And they also serve as the unofficial records office, registering any claims to various streams and excavations around the area. You guys know there's not really any gold rush in Phandalin, given how generally modest this town is in size, but there's a decent enough wealth in various streams and valleys nearby that could support a decent number of independent prospectors and explorers, such as your dwarven employer. So you walk in there, the guild master looks to be an ambitious and calculating human woman. She nods at you, doesn't even seem perplexed when you all enter in, and she says, "I noticed the exchange out there with the Redbrands. That was something. Always good to see new blood in town, and especially anybody that can eliminate our threat of Redbrands would be especially handy. My name is Hollia Thornton, and I run the Miners' Exchange here in Phandalin. I'm hoping you all can help bring an end to the Redbrands around here."
The Redbrands are brigands and a menace. We will rid your town of their corruption.
She kind of squints her eyes at you and kind of nods slowly, kind of unsure of how to react. She actually kind of motions you to like lean in close to the four of you, and says, "Listen, the Redbrands are a problem, and I know they loiter around that tap house on the east side of town, the Sleeping Giant. But I'm pretty certain that they're actually based out of the Trezendar Manor to the east. They come and go out of that eastern half, and that's the only thing over that far on the edge of town is the ruined manor, and it would be the perfect hideout. And I also know that the leader of the Redbrands is an outlaw called Glassstaff, and I could offer you all a total sum of 100 gold pieces if you can eliminate the Redbrand leader and bring me and nobody else any correspondence that you find.
Oh boy. Wonder who else to be afraid of for that information.
What do you expect to find in this correspondence?
She shrugs slyly and says, I'm very interested in finding out just who would create such a mercenary guild right in our own town and run it so effectively. This town is only one room for someone in charge of things. And I don't need this group to be slowly edging away and taking over this town. And I need to find out what's going on, who their plan is, what they're planning on doing, and I need you to stop them. And I can pay very well.
So you run into some competition and you don't like it.
She kind of smirks at you and nods.
Let's be clear here. If we find evidence that someone in this town is organizing this ring of corruption and extortion, they will face Tyr's justice, not yours.
She waves her hand and she says, justice is all well and good, of course, and I expect this glass staff to be dealt with accordingly. I need, but you know what they say, you cut off the head of the snake and the rest will fall, so if he can be eliminated, then we can take care of the rest, and make sure something like this doesn't happen in this town anymore.
Mostly sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to make any promises on what I'll do when we find the evidence. But we will eliminate the Redbrands.
She nods and says, yes, please do, as soon as possible.
Eliminate the Redbrand leader.
Let's go to the orchard real fast. I got a hankering for some apples.
I saw an orchard on the way and I've been thinking about it all day. I got apples on the mind and the only cure is an orchard farm.
Just imagining all the different fruits it could be. Apples, peaches,
Oranges?
Apples.
pears. I don't know.
Dallas suddenly sprints off toward the north screaming about apples, and the rest of you just have to haul ass to keep up with him. Absolutely take off at a dead run to have to keep up with his goofy ass. Alright, you arrive at the apple orchard along its own quaint little winding path at the northwestern edge of town. And you see a sign that says the Ettermath Orchard. And you see a very idyllic, it looks like a older, silvery-haired, he looks a little human and a little elven, maybe mix of both, on a rocking chair on a patio in front of a house with this grand, apple orchard all around and behind him. And he's sipping a drink out of this tall glass, and has kind of a faraway look to him. He's got a little reed kind of sticking out of his mouth, and he just kind of lazily glances at you as you approach.
Sir, should I get time for the apples?
Well, now,
Oh God!
I
not
wish
again.
half this town was as excited about apples as you were, young fella.
Apparently, I love apples.
Apparently.
I just learned this about myself.
You've certainly come to the right place. And he Yeah, go bad. Coming back.
Yeah, it like goes from good to just really bad now. There's no in between.
Seems to have gotten much worse in the last week. There's a mic driver I need to download or something. Because this was not nearly this bad last time.
No.
He actually, so he reaches over and he's got a whole cask of bottled apple cider. And he actually reaches in and kind of motions. He's got a little kind of outdoor patio area set up. There's a very calming manner about him. And he motions for all of you to sit down and pick up a glass.
Talus does so and asks about the apple orchard.
She's a beauty, isn't she?
That she is.
You know, I was actually a marshal for many years up in the lands of the Dragon Coast, the southeast. But retiring and hell, my dream was always to start an apple farm. Never went to region, as soil's just not good up there by my home, so traveled a little farther south. Soil'd be just right. And here in this nice town, folks, they love a nice apple cider. I see you're a man who's got a tongue for apple cider.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kalinar is getting uncomfortable.
Now,
He wonders if apple cider is code for something salacious.
is this illegal?
Miri begins to eye the apple cider wearily.
He says, now, I saw the whipping you put on them Redbrand boys. That was certainly something. You know, we don't get a whole lot of action here in Phandalin. The Redbrands keep everything nice and tight, but, well, I can't quite let go of who I once was, so I've done a bit of digging around myself, and they hang around that sleeping giant tap house, but I think they're based out of the old Trezendar Manor to the east. It sure would be good if we could have somebody run them out of town.
Well, that's what we're planning on doing, sir. Glad you appreciate our efforts. They didn't really give
And
us
your
much choice in
information-
the matter.
I'm sure glad to hear that. If there'd been a problem for folks in this town, not enough of them are strong enough, and most of us have families here want to try to protect, and well, I'm getting too old to face them on my own.
I know that feeling.
Now listen, you all look like the sort that could be interested in a little adventure. Now I've heard stories from prospectors in the hills northeast. Someone's digging around the ruins known as Old Owl Well. More disturbingly, several prospectors have reported being chased from the area by the undead. If you could visit these
Kalinar
ruins...
burst out of his seat. The undead!
I know that word.
Kalinar wasn't listening, he just heard undead, and
knocks over his drink of apple cider, draws his sword. Where are they?
Talos says, "Please forgive my friend. He's very uncouth sometimes."
Say no more, say no more. It's good to see a man with passion these days. And I know a number of the religious folks, they don't take too kindly to the undead, and well, frankly, nobody should. Now listen, if you can visit these ruins, it's about a 2-day march northeast of here. Find out what they're up to. I know the ruins are an old watchtower, the ancient Netherese Empire. And anything you start getting ancient empires involved in, it never ends up being very good. I'm worried that the magic in the old Owl Well could be dormant, just waiting for something bad to happen.
We will cleanse this well of its foul abomination, sir.
He nods and says,
Cheers. And he pours his apple cider into his gaping maw.
eats the glass. If you can find out who's there, or what's there, what's going on, I can give you all some of my special cider stock. It's got, I've been told, it's got some magical properties. This is a real rare treat. Very limited
Magic.
stock.
Talos very excitedly says, "Oh, that's very fine," and winks at him knowingly.
Knowingly.
Now,
Yes.
After that exchange, I'm sure it means something salacious.
He raises a glass. Says, "Good to have you folks in town. I hope I would normally tell people they stay out of trouble, but in your case, I'm hoping you get right in the thick of it."
It shouldn't be a problem, mister.
No, sir.
So can you spare some apples for our friend real quick?
Yeah.
Just to get him through the day.
He gets an apple cider to go in a plastic cup with a straw.
Sippy cup.
Yeah. It's the best apple cider you've ever had.
Alright.
Let me ask you, Mr. Ettermath. For all the Redbrand's terrorization of this town, why do you think the townmaster hasn't done anything about it? Called in reinforcements or riled up some sort of militia?
Darren nods sagely, says, "Well, I'm not sure if Mr. Wester is an evil man, and I think he's mostly just a cowardly man, and I mean, not everybody has what it takes to be a famous adventurer or mercenary or even just a bodyguard, and some men are just weaker. And the kind of men that get elected and stayed in the political office, well, they're usually the weaker men in my experience. Unfortunately, they're usually the men that men and women like myself often end up having to follow."
Okay. In my experience, weakness leads to crime, and crime leads to my justice.
Hell, I'll drink to that, friend.
Thank you for your time. He's
He
dropping
nods
man.
and continues drinking on the porch. I think you guys have taken care of the entire western half of the town.
Oh, we have.
Indeed. Have we been to the farm?
No, we haven't.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so the farm, the tap house, and the manor are all that we've got left to.
Okay.
To the farm.
To the
Oh,
farm!
chicken.
All right, so you travel to the southeastern corner, and you see a very just quaint, charming little farm, kind of on the edge of town. Looks like a big old vegetable farm sprawling out. Everything looks. The house itself looks smaller than what most of you are used to, and sure enough, in the farm near the road, and she looks up at you as you approach, looks like a middle-aged halfling woman. She's got a nice wide-brimmed hat on. She looks like she's been working in the vegetable garden for most of the day. Kind of wipes the sweat off her brow, puts her hands on her shovel, and looks up at you as you approach the house.
Greetings!
Says, now, heard there was a bit of an altercation in the middle of town there. I assume you folks are probably involved in that?
That is correct.
Well, he just stopped talking.
Eric, did he just drop out?
Hello?
Yes, he just. Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he.
Oh, I don't know if you want to say anything more.
No, I didn't have anything else.
She nods and says, well, I heard we had a Redbrand in jail. I didn't think we'd see the day, so I guess I should be thankful for you folks. My name is Quellen Alderleaf. I run the farm here. Can I help you folks with anything?
I don't suppose you have any stories about these red brands yourself? Extortion, thuggery, the like, on your property?
She kind of shrugs and says, I mean, I've heard all the same complaints and rumors in the inn. I haven't had any actual run-ins here at the farm. I guess they're not too interested in knocking me over for potatoes and vegetables yet. Generally, they've left me alone so far, but I do see them coming and going along that road to the north quite a bit. I don't know. I mean, most of them are just people that live here in town, but you know how it is with kids in a small town. There's nothing to do, and well, sooner or later somebody starts up a gang. I just hope my boy is. I hope they're taken care of before my boy starts getting any ideas. Although, thankfully, he's only 10.
Ah, how many is that in Hobbit years?
it's still generally a kid.
It's still a kid. Okay.
A precocious child, if you will.
Hmm. So you have no issues currently. Do you have a yellow exclamation point you'd like to point us to?
The DM will kindly remind you that you guys are trying to find out where Cragmaw Castle is, and one of your quests was to see if anybody in town knew about it.
Oh, I do not remember that.
Was some Sildar? Technically, once
Okay.
you got back to town, Sildar kind of told you that he had been unable to actually locate it. But if somebody in town knew where,
Oh, okay. Right. Are you familiar with Cragmaw Castle?
She kind of thinks for a second and shakes her head slowly. Says, "No, I can't say that I am, but if you need to find a place around here, you should probably ask Rayadoth."
Who is that?
Oh, Rayadoth. He's an old druid that well, he's a nice old man, and he comes to town every once in a while, and he always comes and sees my farm especially, and says I grow a great beet. And she kind of goes on for a second about her vegetables, and kind of with a light on her face, and she realizes you guys are just kind of staring at her, so she stops and then kind of goes like that. And then, anyway, he's normally
No, go on. I love these.
Normally he explores the Neverwinter Wood to the north, and last I spoke to him, he said he was headed to the ruins of Thunder Tree, far to the north, near the edge of Neverwinter Wood. If you guys want to look at the... Or wait, actually, I think I made you a handout of this map. I did, yeah, you don't need that.
That's alright, I saw the manor.
You need this one.
Well, it's at the top of Neverwinter Woods over there.
Yeah, so you can see where... you can see where Thunder Tree is, Old Owlwell, a few things on the map that you guys would know where they were. Or at least that are actual landmarks on the map.
Okay.
Says, but yeah, I mean, Rayadoth knows this area completely. I mean, he's lived in this area most of his life. If you're looking for something, he should be able to know where it is.
Very nice. We will seek out this druid and learn what he has to teach.
I'll actually add that as a quest for you guys as well. Yeah, technically you could have been asking that of everybody, but since as a DM I knew that she was the one that was actually going to provide that information, I was like, well, I guess I'll remind you at this point. This is why she's here.
Yep.
Technically, her yellow exclamation would be a continuation of that quest to find Cragmaw Castle.
Right.
Alright, I think that is most of Phandalin. You guys want to take a quick break before we do anything else in town?
Sure.
Alright, take a couple minutes, and we'll be back shortly. Dear, it quit me out of roll 20 at some point.
There's just all sorts of problems tonight.
There really are. It's weird.
Oh boy.
My voice okay?
Yeah.
Raymond seems to be having problems too. Reese, care to have any problems to join us?
Whatever. Heather hasn't had any problems either.
It's true.
Yeah, suck it.
You're next. When I pull our
I know.
router of
And
cable,
There are 2 left.
then there were 2.
all my problems are
Stand
iPad
strong, Reese. Stand strong.
Where to, boys and girls?
Toys R Us.
Always good.
Friends, I believe we have enough evidence to damn these Redbrands. I say we visit this tap house and subsequently this manor and put an end to these fiends. What say you?
That could get interesting.
Oops.
Yeah. I say we should do that. I say I'm in agreement with you.
Okay. Let's visit the tap house.
The Tap House, the Sleeping Giant, which is a cool name for a place.
A little ominous for what
Yeah.
we're going there for, but
So, unlike the Stonehill Inn, the rundown tap house looks like a dirty, dangerous place. It currently looks actually empty from the outside. It is about probably about mid-afternoon right now. You guys going in?
yes.
Can I peer in a window first?
Yeah, the place looks open, but it actually looks empty inside. You see, behind the counter, there's like a single dwarf woman who's like kind of running around cleaning up everything.
I'm gonna pass that information along with the
Yeah, this feels like a
Yeah, this feels like a trap.
Perhaps someone should go around back. Maybe it is a trap.
Maybe someone who can do that stealthily.
Yes. I intend to burst in the front door, so.
I shall go around back.
Wait, I can sneak.
Come on, Catherine.
Yes, indeed.
We'll go around back.
Wait, I can see.
Yeah, you guys both go around back.
Okay, so you guys are able to sneak around the back end. Go ahead and roll a sneaking check.
Whoop. That's not great.
Wait, why is my thing not working?
It's a tarp.
Hang on.
Words.
I'm up.
Preparing to sneak.
Hey.
Ha!
Damn.
That's a pretty good sneak. So the rest of you guys, are you just waiting in the front, or have you gone in the building?
Yeah, I'm giving them enough time to get around back, but before I go in.
Okay. You two enter the back door. You find it unlocked, and you can see there's a bunch of like kegs and supplies for the tap house in the back room. Looks like you kind of entered where there's kind of where the trash would be thrown out generally. You can see the little kind of kitchen area up ahead with the various kegs, spouts, and pipes and everything running. Miri, you were able to be pretty stealthily to where the dwarf woman hasn't really noticed you. You don't notice anybody else in this back area. Kethra, you kind of stumble over a glass bottle and make some noise. So Talos and Kalinar, I assume at this point you guys are entering the tap house.
Sure.
Okay. The dwarf woman looks up as you approach, and kind of takes a step backwards at first and says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! I don't need any trouble here. I don't need any trouble."
That all depends on you, madam, and what you have to say in the next 5 minutes.
Oh, I see, I see. So this is a shakedown, huh? This is a threat now. This is the counter push.
Don't insult me, woman. A shakedown this is not. A threat this is. We require information and your cooperation.
She crosses her arms and says, I see. And how can I cooperate with you?
The Redbrand faction loiters amongst this place, correct?
I serve them. I make no secret about this. Their money is as good here as anybody else's money.
And what do you know about these people?
Well, I know they make a hell of a mess in here. They get drunk and get rowdy, but they still pay me, so I still accept it. They've driven away most of the other customers, mostly out of fear, and I don't know. You know how these cliques are. They just all hang together and hang out and push everybody else away. So I know they can be a troublesome lot, but their money is generally paid for more than their damages. So I guess I gotta let them keep on keeping on. Now, what the hell was that all about in the town center? There was a group of them in here that I overheard talking about you lot. And they said they were going to try to scare you right out of town. I'm assuming that did not play out according to their plans.
It did not. It ended in a number of them deceased.
Well, I suppose that's a little bad for business, but I guess that'll happen. She kind of goes back to cleaning some glasses.
Can I sneak up behind her and ask her who told them that we were in town?
Yeah, when you sneak up and start a conversation, she immediately kind of lets out a little squeak of a surprise since you were able to sneak up, and actually drops the glass on the ground. It shatters up. She turns around and says, "How the hell? What is this?"
Who told them we were in town?
I don't know who told them. I don't even know if they were told. These guys, they pretty much act like they run the town, so I'm sure they heard of you guys staying here. Hell, everybody heard of the Dragonborn that came sauntering in late last night. Word gets around. This ain't a big town, kids.
Where can we find the red sashes now?
Well, I thought this had become public information by now, but pretty sure they're holed up in the cellar of the Trezendar Manor. The place looks like it's completely destroyed, but I've heard the cellar's still in good condition, and that I overheard a bunch of conversations about how they've expanded the cellar area to make a base of operations for them. Frankly, I would stay the hell out of there.
Let's
Ever
be
heard of a
clear
place
about
called Cragmaw?
Shrugs and says, "I don't know what that is."
Kalinar, I believe you wanted to threaten her somewhere.
murder. Let me make one thing clear, madam. The Redbrands are now an illegal entity in this town. They will be rooted out and destroyed.
Oh, so
no
you're the
longer-
law now, are you?
He is the
I
law.
am justice.
Thinks he's the law wherever he goes.
that's just fantastic, because I'm pretty sure the Redbrand said the same thing whenever they started waving around their sashes and saying they were the law.
The law is righteous. These men are anything but righteous.
Well, I suppose I could do with getting my regular clientele back. I have a feeling they're just paying me with the money they've stolen from other folks anyway, and, well, I guess that doesn't quite sit perfectly well with me. Just keep me out of this, okay?
Far from it, madam. Your assistance is required in this. Go see... Oh, who did I talk to? Was it Barthen? I think it was Barthen.
I think it was the innkeeper.
No, it was the innkeeper. It was the innkeeper. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Go see the innkeeper and give him whatever information you might have overheard from these gentlemen during their time in your tap house. They are about to be brought to justice, and the information you can provide will be invaluable in that pursuit.
Roll
if you do this, sorry.
Oh, no, please continue.
You would be brought back into the town's good graces and no longer be seen as the woman who served the men who terrorized this town. To do so, you must ingratiate yourself back into the town. And this is the fastest and easiest way to do it.
Also, here's 5 silver for your trouble.
She nods and accepts she accepts the money. I would like you to roll whatever charisma skill. Probably you could do either persuasion or yeah, I would think persuasion.
I'll use all my silver. Like pay for it with all mine.
Okay.
Did I roll it?
Yes.
You did.
18. That's all right.
Okay.
So she looks like she's about to have an argument on her lips, and then kind of just dies before it exits and says, all right, fine. Your fiery brimstone and justice is, well, it's a little different than what I've been hearing lately out of the ruffians in here, but, yeah, I suppose I could go talk to Toblin.
Fabulous, madam. We'll be off now.
She nods and says, alright, I'm going to go ahead and close up shop early then, and I take it by your demeanor I need to stay a hell of a way from this side of town.
I would advise it, if at all possible. And I would spread the word to that effect as well, if you can.
She nods and hurriedly goes around and starts kind of closing down the bar.
Anybody else want to have a drink before we go? By the way, I'm taking this bottle. No.
But remember, I'm Justice.
I'm the good guy. I'm taking this.
Alright. This is the good guy tax.
No, I think we're done here.
Alright.
Anybody else have anything? Yep. Should we descend upon the manor for great justice?
Great justice.
Yes.
For justice.
Let's try to root out this bad influence on the town.
Indeed.
Alright.
And for great justice.
For great justice. So for great justice, we are going towards Trezendar Manor.
Mm-hmm.
I presume. On the east edge of town, on a low hillside amidst woods and thickets, lies Trezendar Manor. More a castle than a house. This is quite the mansion. The ruined home looks long abandoned. But you can see that you can come in through kind of a crumbling part of the wall on the eastern side, and actually you can see the whole interior looks completely destroyed, but there is a cellar door that looks like it has been frequently used, and is kind of right there on the southern part of the building, near that like crumbled wall.
Okay. Is the door locked or anything, or is it just can we just open it?
You can
wanted
open
to.
it when you try it. It actually opens.
Oh, okay.
So the door opens onto a 5-foot wide landing, 15 feet above a large cellar, with stone steps descending to the floor in 2 short flights. Another door stands beneath the stairs to the north. A large stone cistern occupies the western part of the room, whose walls are lined with kegs and barrels. Give me 1 second.
No.
No seconds.
I'm taking far more than 1 second.
How long are your seconds?
Shorter than this.
Okay. Might take a second to load.
Yes. I
So to
imagine a
recap-
bit longer on from.
Yeah. So to recap, the door opens onto a 5-foot wide landing, 15 feet above a large cellar. Stone steps descend to the floor in 2 short flights to the north and south. A door stands beneath the stairs to the north. A large stone cistern occupies the western part of the room, and you can see a door beyond it to the north, as well as a bunch of, and the walls are lined with kegs and barrels. Is it still loading for you guys?
Yeah.
Boy.
Not yet for
Also,
me.
it's
for
on the
that.
very bottom right of the screen, so you have to scroll that way.
It is.
Oh,
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
that changes everything.
Yeah.
Oh, there we
Good.
go.
Good. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Point
look
that
at the
out.
black screen thinking.
Hey, I have good investigation skills, so.
Mhm.
You can't sneak, but you can
I
investigate.
sense we're on this corner. So there's flights of stairs. There's a door here that leads to the north, and a door here that leads to the west. There are barrels in the north and south, and a large, like, kind of well-type structure here to the west.
Okie doke. I'll start walking down. Doop-de-doo.
Alright, what were we looking for here again?
Glassstaff. Right?
Go over here and
Yes, according to...
there's only
The leader of the Redbrands,
Right.
and pretty much any Redbrands.
Would rolling a perception check do anything? Different
It
from that.
would. What are you wanting to look for or
Ugh.
analyze? If you can just
I
give me
wanna
like a
see
general
something.
area or that kind of thing.
Okay. I don't know. I was just thinking about scanning the room to see if anything was out of place or seemed suspicious, but I don't know if that's too general.
A little bit. I mean, you would know that you would have to search certain areas to see like secret doors or traps or anything of that nature.
Okay.
At least a semi-general area.
Okay.
Because
Walk down to.
basically your passive perception score acts as your general perception for like if you were just to walk forward, I would use your passive perception score to see if you had like spotted a trap without specifically looking for a trap, for example.
I see. Okay. All right. I'll walk over to these barrels then.
Barrels
I
come
wanna
alive
see
and
if
kill
there's
you.
anything
No, they do nothing.
Oh no.
Magic barrel.
Not again.
Magic death barrels.
I want to see if there's anything special about this water.
An ignominious
Like, is
door.
there anything-
You can roll a perception check, Kethra.
Perception or investigation?
Perception.
You sure? Okay,
Okay.
I clicked on it, nothing happened. You got to reopen it again.
Can I roll a perception for these barrels in this area?
Yes. I do not believe so, Rodroy. You can't really tell anything about the water. But you do see that there is, well, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, you can't really see anything from like just staring at the water from above the water. What the hell is? Oh,
Okay.
you're doing divine sense. Talus, you rolled a 4 on your perception.
Perhaps.
4 is not going to be able to tell anything odd about this area or the barrels.
Can I at least tell that they're barrels?
With a 4, you're pretty sure, you're not quite sure if these are barrels. They could be extra-dimensional barrel creatures that have suddenly lost all sentience and purpose.
Alright, can I percept the water then?
Mary's gonna walk over, seeing that Talus is having a hard time with the barrels, and help with the perception there.
I'm just like walking forward into the barrels over and over again.
Walking into the barrels.
I at least know they're barrels.
Yeah, you guys are starting to come up with a group census that these are in fact barrels. That is excellent.
Round thing.
I clap my hands over my head excitedly.
Barrels, we have found them. Chris just left, by the way. Is he having
He
some more
is-
technical difficulties?
Yeah, I think I'll be back in 1 second. Just need to re-invite him.
Okay.
I like that.
So can I do a perception check on the water?
Yes.
The sweat.
14. Yeah, you don't really see anything beneath the water either. At least without like jumping in and exploring. It appears just deep enough to where you wouldn't be able to see from your position. There is there appears to be a rope that's actually submerged into the water.
If only Kalinar could move and grab the rope.
Kalinar, come back.
I mean, what could go wrong pulling a phantom rope?
Taking a dipper of some sort.
Raymond, you are super quiet to me. I
Yeah.
What? Oh, no,
Can
no,
I
no,
try
no.
perceiving these barrels over here?
can perceive the hell out of the barrels. I love that these barrels are freaking you guys out.
They really are.
Man, and you guys are having a hard problem, like, looking at these barrels, too. It's pretty funny.
Imagine it's pretty dark in here, right?
It's actually, there's some, like, torches on the wall, and there's enough light coming from the cellar door that this place is actually decently illuminated, this particular room. Trying to wait till...
Yeah, I sent it to him
Chris comes
twice.
Okay. He is trying to connect via iPad from a hotel, so
Who
might
knows
arise some
what the internet's like.
complications. Yeah.
In Utah.
Keen senses, proficiency in perception. Yeah, we actually don't have any elves. I think Kethra is a half-elf.
Right.
In other words,
I-
worthless.
Do half elves even get dark vision?
I think they do, yes. They get dark vision and, like, immunity to sleep and charm, maybe. They have, like, a few of the elf perks. Because I know dark vision came in handy for the other dungeon.
Can we start seeing what that rope is attached to?
Yes. Who is going to be
Alright,
grabbing
start
onto the
pulling
rope?
out of the water.
Okay. As you grab onto the rope, nothing happens. You can continue pulling the rope.
I'll continue pulling the rope. On
Alright.
the way.
So Miri, I assume you're watching him doing that.
And I'm still trying to proceed to
Calendar trying to invite. Calendar's trying to, or Chris. Chris is trying to invite me to a call. I don't know if he's having issues. No, it just stopped. Let's try inviting him again.
Yeah. For a third time.
That is a winner. As you pull up the rope, just a couple feet, and you do feel a weight at the end of it, and you actually pull up a satchel tied to the end of the rope. And it looks like a waterproof satchel.
The holy water.
When you open it up, you actually see a little bit of what looks like a bug-out bag. And it seems to contain a clean set of ordinary travel clothing, a potion of healing, a potion which you're able to dip your finger in, taste, and find out, a potion of invisibility,
Oh boy.
and 50 gold pieces.
Hey.
I guess since this is Redbrand headquarters, wouldn't be really a bad thing if we took their stuff, would it?
Probably not.
Probably not, no.
I can't
Kalendar's
convince
not
myself
saying anything, so
Yeah.
his attention is turned.
Oh man. Yeah, I wonder what he would say about this.
Chris, come back.
These things are of value. We should just take it.
They're not gonna need it after Tyr's justice rains down upon them.
So to recap, there was a set of ordinary travel clothing, a potion of healing, a potion of invisibility, and 50 gold pieces. And this looks very much like a emergency bug out bag. Alright, we're waiting for Chris. I'm letting the dogs out real quick. This is the night of technical difficulties.
Mm-hmm.
My iPad would not. It refused to let me join the call again. It kept trying to call everybody I knew every time I clicked on it. It was like calling all 4 of them.
Okay.
Damn it! I want to join the existing call. I don't know why it wasn't registering it.
We'll make it work.
Yes.
So to recap you real quick, we explored some more of that room, and they found a rope, a submerged rope, and brought it up and discovered a waterproof satchel filled with what looked like an emergency bug-out bag with some loot inside.
Oh.
And I'll let them talk about it if they wish.
I was deciding on the moral quandary of stealing someone else's stuff, but they are Redbrand, so I was wondering what you were going to say about it.
Oh. Yeah, they're not going to need it after the next hour. So,
I believe my exact words were, they won't need it after Tyr's justice rains down upon them.
Yeah.
that's good. That's good. Heather gets to roleplay me while I'm out next time.
Okay.
Say Tyr multiple times.
Something justice.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, something
Garbled
here, something
speaking.
justice. And then cut something off, and you've got the character down.
Yep. I got this.
All right. While you guys have been rooting around in the water and looking at the satchel and perceiving barrels, you guys have failed to notice that the door on the western side has actually been cracked open. And Miri, when you turn around, you see that somebody has actually snuck up right next to you. These guys, these peeps have been coming out from the door while you guys have been doing stuff. So I'm gonna need everybody to.
Remember, you can't surprise me while I'm unconscious.
Yeah, you're the only one that's not surprised, because I rolled their stealth check and it was pretty good. I need everybody to roll for initiative. Make sure to select your token.
That was not good. Can I reroll?
Not this day.
Yeah.
Can we blame it on the technical
We
difficulties?
can blame everything on the technical
So many.
difficulties. It's insane, is what it is. Ooh, finally got a decent roll. 13's about as good as I could have hoped for.
Yeah, I suppose 13 is pretty decent for
me.
what's been happening compared to what we rolled.
Yep. Let's see. Chris, are you able to roll initiative? Are you still setting up the stuff?
He sure did roll
A
initiative.
natural 1. Kalinar does not know what's going on at all.
Oh man.
Oh.
Uh,
Wait, why did it not show in the turn order?
what?
It didn't show in the turn order.
Oh, no, it didn't. Why didn't it do that? Yeah, it's not on there. I guess I'll add them manually. Kalinar. Hold on.
Can you guys hear me right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to run Hangouts through my phone, so because my iPad doesn't seem to like doing both things at the same time. I think
Okay.
the internet at this hotel is shitty.
That's perfectly fine.
What hotel are you at?
The Terrace View Lodge in Springdale, Utah.
Name brand.
That's right.
So the first is going to be a surprise round, which is only going to be the Redbrands and Miri, and then we'll start another round. Which means the
Die.
Redbrands actually get to go first, but because there's barrels here and it's still tight quarters, only this front one can actually really do anything. And he will attack with his sword.
Did I roll a 1 on my initiative?
Sure did,
Did that
Haas.
really just happen?
He will
Oh,
definitely-
shit. Okay.
6 ain't gonna do shit. Swing and a miss. I guess the second one will technically ready in action if anybody tries to attack him. He can be ready for that, but he's still kind of just behind. This is actually really tight quarters for them to try to surprise, and he can't really maneuver around the barrels, so... That's all the Redbrands can do. It is Miri's turn, since she cannot be surprised.
Okay, let's try. Stabby, stabby first.
18! That's a hell of a stab. For 8 damage, that sword will absolutely cut across his chest, and blood will start gushing out quite violently.
You are a little violent with these things. You know that, right?
A little bit. That is not quite half his total life, but almost.
Alright, so let's try to punch him in the face then.
Face punching. Jesus. 24 will also really knock his jaw off. Holy crap. That is good for 4.
Natural 1 though for damage.
Yeah. So that was a pretty square hit, although it's almost like you pulled your punch a bit. So he's very woozy and wobbly. He's very bloodied, but he is still on his feet and standing. So that was a surprise round. Now we go to Kethra. You get the first round, first
I'm gonna
initiative
walk 1,
pass.
2, 3 steps here, 15 feet. I mean, and do a sneak attack with my short bow. Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yes. Very close range, but technically you can do that. 11 is not going to get it done. Okay. You will successfully blend into the shadows since you're out of line of sight. The Redbrands will go next. And again, this one pretty much only options to attack. Not their best surprise move. They didn't know there was somebody right there.
But I wasn't standing next to the door.
Ooh, an 18.
Yeah, that'll
Probably
hurt.
find its home as he slashes out with his sword for 6 damage.
Okay.
And let's see, I think swimming, if it would take half his speed, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, this one's actually going to jump into the water. And we're going to say 5. I'm going to say it takes twice as much movement to swim through. So 5, 15, 25, 30. That'll take his full movement to get across. He will slash out at the wizard.
Well. Honestly, I was going to use a one of my divination
That's fine.
die on that. Okay.
So why don't you re-explain for the audience what the divination die entails?
So with the divination die, I get 2 per long rest, and whatever I roll on there, those rolls will equate to some kind of vision I have of the future, and I know without a doubt whenever someone attacks, or has some kind of ability check that they will roll what I rolled 2 times for those 2 times.
Okay.
So for this one, this attacker, he didn't actually roll a 19. I saw what he did roll. It was going to be a 4. It was going to be a miss.
All right. So you actually saw a vision of him trying to hit you, but actually wheeling a little too far to the right, sticking his sword in a barrel as he takes chunks of a wooden shards off.
Exactly. He's having as hard time with those barrels as I did.
Oh boy. That is a... That should be a crit. Do you not have crit?
Oh, we never.
Oh, we never set that up?
put
Okay.
that.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
no,
Go
we
ahead
forgot.
and just roll. In fact, you can click on the left bar, the dice-looking icon below the clock.
Huh?
Huh?
On the main map screen. The move your mouse up a little bit. Oh, go back to where you were. On the left. Okay, right there. Go north. And one more. Click on that.
Oh.
And roll a d6. There you go.
Jeez.
Oh,
That lets you do it without having to type in shit.
Oh.
So because you crit, you did 5 damage plus... Yeah, you rolled a 6, so you did 11 damage because it was a crit on the short sword. So go ahead and roleplay how you destroyed this guy with one super attack.
Still reeling from the
Horrible little
horrible little damage that he did to me.
I
I whip my sword back and just start hacking mercilessly at this jackwagon.
Alright, now who's violent? Damn, woman!
Still learning to control my emotions.
I like it. Yeah, I'm momentarily lapsing your monk training.
Yep. So I'll take a moment.
Do you already have inspiration?
I did not.
Alright, you can gain 1 for that. Now you still have
Okay.
movement left, and you...
And my bonus action.
yeah, so you know there's a guy over here, and you can see through the open doorway there's actually another...
Jackwagon? Ah,
Jack
there he is.
Wagon.
yeah, there's another guy.
So I shall move here. Keep him from being able to come out. And
Blockage.
then... Wait, so... Right, where did I put that stuff? Ah, here it is. I will spend... Wait, I only have 2. Never mind.
Those are the key points, right? You do
Yeah.
get those for every short rest.
Yeah. I'll just punch this guy in the face.
Jesus, 24. I think you rolled this exact combination of numbers last time with the punching. A really high attack roll and a really low damage roll.
You see it says I punch you in the face now?
It does. You punched him in the face. You actually notice that punch does quite a bit of damage to this guy. And he appears to be a little smaller and weaker than the others. So he is quite harried by that punch, although it's not quite enough to do a massive damage check. Talus, what would you like to do?
I'm going to disengage, take a step back. I'm going to pretend to knock some of the barrels over in front of him and create an illusion
Of a sexy goblin?
of barrels.
Now, are
A
you able
barrel-
to
barrier.
Are you able to disengage and cast a spell at the same with the same move?
Am I
Same.
not?
I think disengage might count as the action,
Oh,
Unless
you
you-
know what? You're right.
unless you have a bonus action that lets you do it.
Yeah. No.
Because that's like one of the rogue specialties. Is as
Right.
a bonus action she can disengage.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, I'm just gonna disengage. And hide behind Kalinar.
Excellent. There is a doorway right there. Also, I don't know if you guys can tell. Basically, beneath
Oh,
beneath this square, that's what that little dotted hash means. Doorway leading north.
Okay, well, hopefully it won't open in.
It does not open as you approach. Kalinar, I know you've been waiting patiently. With your terrible one.
Well, yeah. Also, I've been trying to get Roll20 to open back up on my iPad. That's been taking forever.
Oh no.
Uh,
I can handle any rolls if you need me to.
yeah, I may need you to just for now, because it's like every loading screen trying to get into Roll20, it takes forever.
Keep in mind, and remember on this one, everything is in the lower right corner, so if you've actually made it to the map stage.
Oh, right, yes. Yeah, just move me to the nearest guy and swing my great sword.
That's good role playing right there. 5, 15, 20. So I'm going to take it you're going to go to the guy in the south. And let me switch to you.
My next turn I should do it myself. We'll see.
Okay. And we're swinging the greatsword. You rolled a 12, which is not going to get it done.
Great.
And a natural 1 on the attack damage.
Yeah, which I think his ability lets him re-roll the damage, but his attack didn't hit.
Oh, yeah.
But you are standing in front of the guy, so that's useful. Back up to Kethra.
I like to take a step forward. I'm still hidden. And I do a sneak attack. on the guy right next to Kalinar.
Okay.
With my short bow. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, you're not getting the rolls. 10 is going to go whizzing past him and thunk into the barrels again.
I'm gonna hide again.
Death to barrels.
Wow, seriously?
Yeah, and really from that, with the guy down there, I'm not sure you can actually hide very well, too. I think he'd be able to perceive between the two of them most of this room.
With that stone pillar there?
Yeah.
Okay. How about if I'm down here and... Can I do that? Can I go down here instead?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That would... Yeah, that would probably work.
Can I hide with a 10 or is that too low?
Actually, a 10 would be just good enough because I'm just comparing to their passive perception at this point during combat. That they'd be able to tell. So you are able to technically hide back in the corner there. So you're running around the back. They're not able to keep too much of a beat on you. Alright, Redbrand's the north guy will attack Miri. Oof. 23 attack for 8 damage. That was max damage. As he cuts in with a deep cut, despite being quite injured. Second one will attack Kalinar. Wow, look at my attacks going off. 20.
Wow.
4 damage. Two of them start yelling out obscenities as their blows become more furious. They find their strikes despite their friend getting cut down. Miri.
Alrighty. Jackwagon number 2. Take that.
Jeez, I think you've rolled over a 20 on every attack. It's been crazy. That sword attack will obliterate this guy. As yeah, you scream right back at him and plunge your sword into his chest, and just blood just gurgles out of his mouth as he crumbles to the ground.
No, I'm gonna hold my sword up in front of him so he can read the inscription on it. It says, "Death welcomes you with open arms," and then stab it right through him.
That's awesome. Talus.
Even though I still had action and
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You do. You still have your movement and bonus action, or bonus punching, I guess.
yes, I'll just come right here.
Bonus punching.
Bonus punch you in the face.
Now, if you're gonna try to do that from the water, it's gonna be disadvantage.
Okay.
Shit. So you come swimming up out of the water with a flying punch, and a 14 will just be able to connect with this fool. And with a tune of 6 damage. And he is mostly just surprised and reeling and now slightly wet. And as a very wet punch comes knocking him out of the cistern. Now it is Talos' turn.
This guy's still alive?
This guy, yeah, that was the first bit of damage done to him.
Oh man.
I missed. I missed badly.
Yeah, Kalinar
Alright,
missed and
I'll
Kethel
hurl
missed.
Firebolt at him.
Will he finally hit with the firebolt?
I
Oh,
rolled
I think you might.
You rolled 2 firebolts?
I guess I did. As the first one counts. I don't know how that happened.
No.
Too bad, because the second one was...
Yep,
bit
the
better.
second one's pretty good.
Yeah. 6 is not going to do it, unfortunately. It's actually a natural 1 plus your 5.
Oh yeah?
Sails past. This guy has dodged 3 of the 4 of you. The only one that hit was Miri's water punch.
Yeah.
Kalinar, chance to redeem yourself.
Okay. Actually, I've got something I can. Well, I just clicked the character sheet, and now it's loading up my character sheet.
Oh.
One of my spells that does something good is a bonus action.
I can try to look at it.
Oh, it's just my
Divine Favor.
divine favor. Just does more damage,
Yeah.
which I don't really need right now. Okay, I'll just swing my greatsword at him. Let's see if I can do that myself.
Okay. Yeah, let me know.
Greatsword, go! Did it go?
There it goes.
Nice.
An 8 would not do it, although a 22 would if you want to use Inspiration, if you have it.
I would like to use my inspiration.
Good.
All
14
right.
damage.
Inspired by your god, yeah. 14 damage is quite a substantial number. You cut into him so badly, he is like reeling from the blow. He's actually barely on his feet, but he will now have to roll for massive damage shock, which is a Constitution check. 15 or higher needs to roll. And he does! So he makes his con saving throw. So he is still on his feet, although he is super wounded. He's like staggering back and forth. Bloodied wounds are coming out of everywhere. He is barely able to hang on to his weapon. Kethra, it is your turn.
Here's my chance to redeem myself.
Mm-hmm.
Hidden. Hidden. I sneak in 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. Rapier attack. Awesome.
There you go.
So, clamoring a bit on the barrels, you are able to kind of do an awkward little maneuver to kind of leap at him with a killing blow. He's so weakened he can't even defend your just coming out of nowhere and attacking him from the barrels. He falls dead to the ground. Blood is everywhere. And it appears to be the last of the hostile forces.
That's good, because I really need to rest for a minute.
Yes, so do I. And so does Talus. That one's in great shape.
Yeah, if you guys look into this room that they came from, it appears to be a storeroom pressed into service as living quarters. You can see some...
Is there... Go ahead.
As you can see some double bunks stacked against the wall near the door, while barrels and crates fill the southern half of the chamber. Looks like a little just resting room.
Are we sure that they're barrels?
See the hell out of those barrels.
I'm gonna climb into one of the bunks and just sit there and, like, rest for a bit.
You guys want to do a short rest?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Eleanor tosses the bodies of the Redbrands into the pool.
Okay.
Let the water run red.
Who got the potions?
I assume you added all of that to your inventory. Do you guys want to actually... Yeah, I can go over that again real quick. Also, I don't know if you guys wanted to actually check the pockets of the Redbrands before you toss them into the water.
Probably a good idea.
Probably a good idea.
I'll do it.
Alright. In fact, let's make it more funny. You have to now, because he threw them all in the water really swiftly, you now have to get in the water and check the bodies as they float.
Who did that? Who threw him in?
Talus, it was a potion of healing, a potion of invisibility, a set of ordinary travel clothing, and 50 gold pieces. That was in the satchel that was in that cistern.
Oh, do I need to add that gold to mine? 50 divided by 4 is 12 with
12 and
the
5
extra one.
silver.
Yeah, 12
Yeah,
and 5
12.
silver. There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry. 2 ordinary clothes.
Just the one set of
Oh, one
travel
set.
clothing. Yeah. And then one potion of healing and one potion of invisibility. I think they said somewhere that you can just identify all potions just by like licking, like tasting them or something. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you what all the potions are without having to.
How much gold do you have, Kalinar?
I have 62.
62. Okay. I actually
After
deleted
what?
how much gold I have.
Okay.
That's all. You started the game with 10?
I think so.
Okay. Alright.
Sounds right.
So Kethra, you search through their bodies, and you find that they all are wearing belt pouches with some money inside. The first one has a pouch of 16 silver and 7 gold pieces. The second has a pouch of 12 silver and 5 gold pieces. And the third has 15 electrum pieces, and 2 garnets.
What are electrum pieces?
It's another denomination.
Another currency.
Another currency, yeah.
It's next to
I'll- I'll
between the
write
silver
this-
pieces and gold pieces.
Probably write this
Oh,
down.
really?
Yeah.
Something. Okay.
I don't, yeah,
It's
if
like
I made the
dwarven.
game, everything would be gold. So that's one of them. 12 SP and 5 GP is another one. Alright, so one had 16 silver, 7 gold, one had 12 silver, 5 gold, and one had 15, I think it's electrum, like EP, and then 2 garnets.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's gonna have to tell me what to put into my character sheet. Oh, no, man.
I'm going
Too
to be
much
true to my
math.
character, and I'd like to try to pocket the garnets. Will anyone notice them?
Ah, roll sleight of hand. Although no one is really, I think everybody's just heading to the bunk beds. I don't know if anybody's actually.
Yeah, I'd probably be over there. Also.
Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna even make you roll. You can just take those garnets then.
Wanna
And
pocket the
it's
garnets?
honestly it's up to you to tell anybody. I should have just whispered this to you then. If you want to just take all that money or share it.
That's true. But I already told them I'm gonna pocket garnets. I come back. I'm like, hey guys, found some gold pieces and silver pieces. Actually, you know, I'm just gonna pocket the EP too. Why not?
Just silver and gold. Do you already have inspiration, Raven?
No.
All right, you can get one for that. For stealing some
Stealing
loot for
from
yourself.
us.
Yeah.
Better hope no one ever finds out.
All right, now Chris's voice is going wonky for me.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh god, please don't leave
The
that
curse
because it'll end
spreads.
everything.
Probably something to do with the
I
connection.
can try.
So everybody,
Well, we're about to end the session down. It's fine.
everybody get 3 gold and 7 silver.
3 gold, 7 silver.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you told
That's
them?
pocketed.
So you pocketed 4 silver?
Huh?
You pocketed 4 silver?
No, I pocketed the
You pocketed more than that.
15 EP and the 2 garnets. And I split the rest evenly.
Oh, okay. So he pocketed
There
he
was-
pocketed everything that the third guy had on him, basically,
Yeah.
and then split the other 2.
Okay.
So what was it
The
again
clever way
for?
to steal from us.
What was the total for each
It was
person?
it was 7 silver and 3 gold.
7 silver and 3 gold per person. Also, you guys get experience for defeating these guys. They're worth 100 apiece. That's 300 divided by 4 is 75 experience for each of you.
So what's the total experience then? Just continue to do the
I
math.
don't know what y'all's experience is at.
523.
448.
523.
Is a new total?
I agree.
Yes, he's right. 523 is your current experience should be at now.
Okay.
All right.
Electrum pieces are worth half a gold, by the way.
Okay.
Are?
They're the 50-cent piece of the of the D&D world. The rarely seen.
Oh man, that makes me feel kind of bad for pocketing that much.
You knew what you were doing. You
Kind
knew.
of bad, but not all the way bad. Okay, so you guys are going to do a short rest in here, which
Yeah.
seems like a good idea. Everything seems relatively safe and quiet now in the moment. You guys can actually bunker down in this little room. And the short rest, so you can roll your hit dice to try and recover hit points, as well as anybody that doesn't want to do that can just roll a free D3 to roll a little bit of hit points, and then any of your things that recharge via a short rest also recharge.
Okay. I'm gonna roll my dice.
So what were options for regaining hit points?
You can either roll your hit dice to try and regain it, which is your hit dice plus your con modifier, I guess, or you can just roll a free D3 to try and heal up a little bit for just light injuries. That's just a house rule I have.
I'm gonna roll run a line too.
Okay. You guys should have 2 hit dice that you can spend, up to 2. But you
Yeah,
only
so can we
you'll-
just roll the...
you can re-roll the D3 just for free if you don't want to spend any hit dice.
So we just roll that button underneath our max hit points.
If you want to spend a hit dice, yes. Yeah, that should just be a button you can roll.
Can you roll both your hit dice in one rest?
You can, yeah. You just do them separately, just once.
Oh, I see. Cool.
Sure.
Oh yeah, then.
Roll them both.
Okay. Just keep in mind during a long rest, you only regain half your hit dice.
That's
So
fine.
it is going to take a while.
I
to
see.
regain.
So we should have like only 1 out of 2 hit dice now if we rolled 1.
Right.
Okay.
So Talus spends 1 hit dice, regains 6. Kalinar spends 2 hit dice and regains 11. And Miri spends 2 hit dice and regains 10 hit points.
Ta-da! Everybody's in good shape again.
Yeah, it seems like pretty good rolls all around. Like you all rolled about the average for hit dice every time, I think.
Yeah.
So pretty good. All right, I think this is a good stopping point right here after a short rest from the very first battle in the Redbrand hideout in the basement of the Trezendar Manor. Looks like the beginnings of a dungeon. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Thank you to Chris, Heather, Raymond, and Reese. I am Eric. We're here at 9:30 p.m. Central Time on Sunday evenings doing D&D 5th Edition adventures. And we'll see you guys next week for more Redbrand excursions.
What? Yes.
Something like that.